132 na feni router empany for edim enkomo enche kwamona ni anisa na best brain publications Oma Daroma books ayekan say books obeto ama oba amana ko school na fe wono so wachina yusu amana boana basic 1 to 6 no your science ho your English language and afe your computing and IT books and some no scientific and afe dagbani your fancy languages ni na no your books and what afe bani se ne and krano kindergarten womu eswano numeracy ni na no on some and so be picture reading and coloring and so books and crying na no omo and some nya bia beboa na SHS for na say JHS for no mo metro mo wasi and afe mo BCE mo past questions and answers mo be use and your core subjects say be integrated science and be mathematics and social na adini na no you be a one mo betobia over pass words am sene kweke o pankrono ya ben and La Pusada Hotel one ya wa abedwa road no so ana ya wo enchema ya tietuma 0507200200 na for the best brain 24 edim enkomo Judgment Dental Clinic ya be se ewo aduma ene wanum etesen o se kala asesa ana asem ba o se no ebi ensom ekeke besetu obu ana kaka enso ay no bra kaka ya wane ya ade wenye ize kraso be tu kaka masa weda munyina mapie na masa ade na chele no bi eyi ne de uyi dia robom masa uyi ara bodem ai mesi no anaju so be 12 to 1 hono na fe masa afe na ebe pompe masa asa tai adra ya pompe was a po na shim afo kwa no aba What's asibiti drive timi kaka ya the morning to the environment cause e bi pai obi ano pay ten obeko na ye wo adwuma adwuma be so gold and asembia silver and all the saswa obeba tamale or tishigu post office ni dia crown so atomic down your adwuma na afenu ngwa kuma se our Proport Johnson or some takra Tadisco Johnson your adwuma Crofodia General Police Station or yeah Juma no more attachment so our magazine yeah dear Juma Flower opposite GCB and I'll say 0559139582 now an exaggerate empany fighting come out and now the high sense at Daruma yeah come I'm on in high sense for say a banner say yeah cow my appliances or chroma you move my Daruma sembia open fridge and I sembia open television and I say okay home theater and I open and I say water dispensers I deja over your offices near Dinina no on some Ebekabiana Obeto your product of 5-year manufacturer defect warranty and some matter so in January and so to your product Tibia we save durability idea and also high into so Mami Obekumase wa doom your turn so and yes Bojuma Ewatafo Mamwa crown so your can send tema your dear Juma and so West Hills more your hall and after East Legon Kaswani no on second la pass na ya Bojuma 0302550000 na for them 24 and come up power specialist herbal hospital yeah course is here na woman down my mama doctor akoso dia hepatitis adie and after fatty liver fibroid ni na no we do need power specialist doctor ya mama akoso dia ya sebre na dia ya ba malames ni deal with malaria cough care ba me cha obo wa wadronie and after dia ya ba tonic no so no wanuma 20 minutes dia drobia ebeboa pakra kwabenya ACP road wo e power hospital Basto Kumase Feyase Bosumtwi road e wa dia junction mo takra de wo record e wa Naji estate wa say monko 0244544422 na ne ma me doctor akosua aduaya edi
Capo na ye shom e wa hasia na ye ko cement vital herbal mixture and in the capsule na cement vital herbal and in the capsule say bema so usisi eya oya wanim ene wachi se wanim enkoyi a wachi so de wo se mu ye pampe na mu yire na emutimi ejina ye edema nti o mabwa am watimi asasa yare wan nyina ede afiri wonom na obi susu asiatica etetew how na amawu ehu amane Siemens Vital Herbal Mixture ene capsule so omo ho de maw se de be ya oho ebetimi ede atɔ na erectile dysfunctions be ma de na wo se timi sɔre na ejina so na ye duma na pija na timi pia bibi pia ni oma
yes
o se timi sɔre na pia ni oma pia mani si na Siemens Vital Herbal for say omo gina se wo ye be boa na me oma etimi akoye ede ama wo ye 2 minutes man dodo da bi emre na duru se wo se otimi ma mo ne mo mutimi kɔsoro ye ababa wa na du sika che okoya 2 minutes pa no apie da bi e wo se otimi ema na renam after say anajo no wadinam awe sausage awe ni omo bebre e de agu ubotom e wo ho no libido be ma okɔ no ma obetimi aboa de ama e ma ni bi wo so matenka so enkoyie kura na Siemens Vital Herbal Mixture ne capsule say omo ho e de ma baba wa so si so na say o menstruation e she na maye fama wa obebu won ma Capo say 10 days a maye obi won mo say 15 days obi say about was a whole month na about was so Siemens Vital Herbal Mixture ne capsule so meboa na eno no mo say o pedodo na to na watimi anya bi amana boa amana yo matimi akoye e de amawa yese bema nkasa ne so wo week eye erection sa so premature ejaculation na kanimi enu ni bom
Fanny you boom.
Yakasa no ba kuta ba.
Oh okay.
Kanimi enu ni bom.
Boom.
Kabum. Na for number we 0240 61 6061 0205 573555 na me de wo kwa kopiemu e piwak for asoye na Capo piwak no 3p garlic mixture
3p
garlic mixture
garlic musu
yes garlic musu ni atwen kama natural menya dia yakosensene ho de bibia kofrafra ho de bibia fore ho enkaja ani atetene kama na ani dia ya do ma so bema na baba wa a wasi so nom na ebema we new booster na nyoma timi akosoro de amount wo menstrual pain se betimi abo ama nyoma timi atutoye area ma wo hono ma asemensa ye mititriti mena ye mititriti stroke worry ana be stroke na eba na na wo tufu ante time
oh yes
so muntie ni ye
muntie pa
na montodro no na ititriti wo semensa ititriti da bi emwa 3p garlic mixture ena be boa ama sa yare wani nyina timi akọ stroke difficult frequent urination wo da bibia apel wo so keto bia apel e wo so timi kwadwo so wo ze bema de wo ze mbre bi titani de minute ne hours kakra bi so yenyo so tentem sa de bi ya no is a problem over it also too we can tentem na for the 3p garlic mixture yes high blood pressure and yare wan ketenketi na hye ho high blood pressure yes so da ya wan sore de bi e mane ntena se mane nku ansa ko na ko the 3p garlic na fa di juma high sugar level mo ya kasi bibiro so won tiase asma teto wofu adoa wofu no adoa
eso bete
amen kan bofo no ati asese bloated adoa wofu na mframan na ginam nti kwani 3p garlic
manu se mema na pe flatom you
oh yes
nti se boso sa na you
boso sa ne se ja
muntie ni ye pa
ja ya na ja
mo ya ni nim se bibi shemu
epamo
ye nim se bibi shemu
epamo
nti muntie ni ye muntwa flatom
3p garlic
yes
ko make sure say obeje na watimi abone kama na wokọ na sense dia ne dia red cover ne da so pampe and red garlic ne so da ho wokọ hu na bibia ye different from that anya no a itihwe dia da screen issue ya no say no na akọpẹ okopie mu ye akra o kan shike so kofi sam ene angel herbal a obenya bi okopie mu tema community 5 obenya bi little george kumase kokole na herbal dani herbal Chris K herbal obenya bi ewo honom wa okopie mu mumuni away enterprise opposite the cathedral obenya bi ewo honom kofoidua ewo Gapson pharmacy Ashaiman ewo Ekus pharmacy Medina ewo health alert clinic opposite post office ho ewo Albert Sam herbal Takrade wo AA Mensara Tamale ɛwɔ fakodo ɛyɛ herba na me de ko akopie mo Kojak Farmer
Chaco
Kojak Chaco toothpaste betwi sia mo wani anda ho kama bema wani mo nyam de to de bia na osene kan because who na said day now na fere na ya mame
ohun se
mame nkoyi sene pa nkoyi wan ba sene pa nkoyi iti o se de bo ban bani ma enya kama emfa ma Kojak Chaco toothpaste ye wi ani ade ko Kojak regular fluoride toothpaste mo wonu no yinka yisent ni ade mo nko na de bia mama agina otrim da bi aden do ye hodro wi ani ade wakọ Kojak Proco utini dwawa na huru sisi a enu bia no ana na betimi abode ma to se na ohu wonu kakra ugina wonu be 4 minutes 5 minutes mo hwe abu wi ana akọ twu se na no makoyi Kojak Farmer ewo Okanshi drug lane Accra any Central Market Kumasi from 0244 559597 and 0244 481341 number 824 akopie mo Natural Lane Company Limited Prosylaf capsules almost a bema o sori anajo adrunso sa da bi fatal enti kwaji Prosylaf capsules ni bi na emwa na prostrate na onyoma na nyoma nkoye entimi emfama o dronso na wo kam wi na adani su ho ni na e Prosylaf capsules numbi na emwa na su ni na so ente na okodronso so na okohu nyoma white bi kakra wo dronso nim kakra so a na watimi anu bi ama no e de aboa eneyi okona okodronso na mu paito as yema wonta da bi ente sa yade ko na kwaji Prosylaf capsules no na bo ho mode na numbi na muo na oyi bi bia about to prostrate no nyoma entimi enkoye fama omuri o se be di true man capsules eno ana bema so boma ntimi nyina so ye osisi ya premature ejaculation sabi udo hu oba ho kra bi ntimi sori a ko na kwaji true man capsules ni bi bobby na fa bo adwuma na nyoma enkoye enfama omuri ana mo de ama Congo ointment when we are na na kokwasu baby ana wona wonu yimpabo na obi adwane yinka wo kan mo bi antiment na buko mo bi left us be ma simi he ya menya nko bi because we jam pabo bi o kan we you na ho nyoma enkoye emfama pompo bi na aba baby a obekọ na etimi aboa ho na obetimi afọ mo 0249 017101 ana 0204 616161 ni akọ Yaksin Herbal Mixture Capo
Yaksin
Yaksin Herbal Mixture malaria enenu DSA typhoid enenu eko anase obesori bia na honam ya obasabasa honam eya oya Yaksin Herbal Mixture gibi bubobi na ahode no entimi emra na yare obi ho mu bia no entimi enyin fanfiri mo ye wi a no asa akọje Yaksin natural capsules no e de aka ho Pampalupa Jeno Bono Sano na nyoma enkoye enfama ni na Yaksin natural capsules eno na bema usisimu low libido man wo se muni atenka na mini feelings there be ababawa fanga nyatenka na nyoma enkoye enfama na o joint no so ya wo de Yaksin natural capsules na na Yaksin co capsule
daily cocoa
ha manfo cocoa okotena ate afisu asebia no pemenya ma de se me se obi anu mo fa nche ye
cocoa ni timi
pai tita na wachima wakaso make say bia baby a wuti mu nyina mu yisu baby ba ko okotena so akasa una untimi pie obi bom eya no akode Yaksin co capsules na ma timi akoyeri ama na mo kuma se apedek heba obenya bi ho Misty heba obenya bi ho Kona heba obenya bi ho Fredimens obenya bi ho PF obenya bi ho Dani heba na from 0244 723541 and 0275 907009 na eno na Capo de ade wie eye
Imulate herbal
supplement
support
immune system no de bia wo de yare nketen ohun bia de bia me yare de bi immune system na nyoma nkoye fama it Imulate herbal supplement for no na omomwa na Kantanka herbal pharmaceuticals for no research centers for mo na atena se ahwehwem aye ne nyoma kama dia ma se bejibinom na nneɛma nkɔ yɛ mfama sɛ de bɛyɛ a yare wɔn nketenkete no na betumi akɔ na ɔho atumi asisi wɔn so na yɛma ɔbaa bi a wafa afuo deɛ nukwa sɛ wɔn bi da bi nukwa sɛ wɔn nso a akora soso deɛ wɔ 12 years yɛ ɔde yɛ ɔde ani koko yɛ bɔ ɔyɛ ice cake no akɔda baabi 80 years ɛkɔ no ana obetumi anom bi ama no atumi ayɛ ama nneɛma akɔ yie ɛde ama Capo na obetumi anya ɔmo 0535 112 813 and 0303 966 429 Imlet Herbal Supplement.
Okay. Medasi Mizano no.
I don't know the way I say about it.
Agenda be.
Then the question of the day more interest you pa.
Me basi
more interest
me basi. Mama me busy no na. You make question.
Obi a trend.
Obi a trend.
Obi a trend.
Yeah.
Trend.
Ani ti yo so. Draw no na ye an ABC draw no. Ana ye no nti ye be say wa utwa bia no amoaso aba because lectures no ana e ba no RFL
we dey amafo body RFL we dey amafo body Capo
yes
Capo amafo body
wow amafo fiscal
we
ba ko drop ya usika na o di try no benya bi
ba na unze wonya de na bibi say na omo amane dada nyina
o de bi say de bia no itwadi ntimnim say o de o yawe
hey yo yate
so we numbers ni bizu ana wo hume
yo yate
na yabo ahwa
yo yate bra
your question of the day amuzu p ana a day ma amuzu p no nam yare ana ene hawadwen wo ye bema na afi rush say go utiti ne ekro banso sa wadru no amuzu p eno ana bebo amumpe bi na afi and deal with nam yare na afi yehwe shere nuama abc akode afana your question of the day Dr. Amuzu say you musa say players here do mu atus your Pedri you Jude Bellingham ana your Vitinha ewo in screen no so enano PS start to bench one why ana was starting why ana we bench no and we Ghana for ewo madwinche man for
yes I'm for bench go for bebre I'm for bench bebre yes now on my penny Talibo West say Bellingham and Pedri all the way and on the blue no attack to honum na entry Shadrack the some man Barcelona update more na Ismail Osaje Fusi who go KTK is the best now hey Bema you say Bellingham Pedri muna di omo nkomo Dixon say Bellingham and Pedri Ismail Osaje or say Pedri and Vitinha Da Vinci or say Pedri and Bellingham could be strong they say Pedri and Jude Nana I say Pedri and Bellingham all the way obi oman penny was a baby there be account with the Namaneko Camo Kofi Emmanuel say Pedri and Vitinha tall sweet or say Bellingham and Pedri Christian Ewa say Pedri and Vitinha Awuni Mumuni or say Pedri and Vitinha Apia Gabriel say start Pedri and Vitinha bench Bellingham Jenny Love or say I will bench Pedro Pedri na me so person oka ewo or say Pepra Enoch say Bellingham and Pedri Kwaku Lalo say Bellingham and Pedri on any day Gideon Ocho say Pedri and Vitinha or say Moses say Pedri and Vitinha Nana I say Pedri and Bellingham I am a Siri Francis aka Opana or say Ope Vitinha and Bellingham Dominic Wampo or say wine and the man or send the Anchia and I check Masi Buakafo Nina Yadamasi Semuti and Anope Ba formula say Pedri and Bellingham Mubenya Alfred Nako or say Pedri and Vitinha Wood Boy or say Vitinha and Pedri then Babenya I branch a friend as someone Foster or say Bellingham and Pedri focus hey focus or say Bellingham and Pedri catch a Kwaku Krobia or say Pedri and Bellingham Kwakula Lord, I can't want to trim. I'm squatting say Bellingham and Pedri at the 60th minute. I will substitute Pedri for just a 100 that is.
Okay.
bruta
yɛmfa wo hamra na yɛnto so Abanga Philemon sɛ Jude ana afei Vitinha ana wɔfa wo mu no ɛdɔde abama for Gilbert sɛ fancy I'll start Pedri and Vitinha then give Bellingham to Man United for free and also atwode aba ɛno ɛyɛ ni hono so de my Aliu some young Leo Messi Isak Kintampo I'll start Pedri and Vitinha and bench Jude Bellingham okay ɛno ɛyɛ hono so de amaye ɛnɛ anope ɛwɔ no so Kwaku the Prince fancy I'll start Jude and Vitinha and give Pedri to Bofakwatano for free and also atwode aba maza the mototo na di mo say that could Davis I'll start Pedri and bench Vitinha Jude Bellingham will sit home and watch them hey na then amuye Jude Bellingham better yes apology was I will start Pedri and Vitinha I don't want to hear any name anymore and also actually Veroski GS Pedri Jude Bellingham because Jude can score goals and also actually there but this one not is I will start Pedri and Jude Bellingham because Pedri will play number 8 now Jude and so abone number 10 a day amano and no kakra ono so
yes Capo en fa ketwa we so from YouTube for no na yen kwone fancy na fa kwa amano ne bra Dominic Yawbeku was good morning and from Akosombo but came to my bema o sister by that se pass when ya daje a wo de straight from Akosombo Isaac Jacques Donko or se Pedri and Vitinha then ubenya Harmon Dazi or se Pedri and Bellingham nana ya say it always Bellingham and Pedri Abdullah Shaibu se Pedri Gonzalez and Jude Bellingham and before blessing or se bench Vitinha Ibrahim Sterling se Vitinha and Bellingham Churchill Hamon se Pedri and Bellingham Justice Apia Vitinha and Bellingham Roland Nuote Pedri and Bellingham all the way Evans Dakwa se Pedri and Vitinha mo amanoni nyina mo hwe nyina from YouTube nyina ya chia mo nyina Vancouver New York City Columbus London Leicester Nottingham Babia Italian Afrankula for nyina ya chia obia Holland for nyina Iceland for Togo for Benin for anope ya chia mo nyina
mo Manhattan
mo hefa
Manhattan
yes we remfi yenu no atebu
yes
wasa japa manso gosu mem tepa ye bia
ye kwamono ne ma wo was your friend Thomas ye kwamono ne na afi ye de mono ne
Yehowa a cat we a hata et Yehowa Angwa juma no you Yame wohoda Se uji dudia Obeya juma Esanchre no you Yame wohoda Se uji dudia Obeya juma Ye bompaye Shamachi Israel Yehowa Ilahenu Yehowa a cat we a hata et Yehowa Elohika bika Luvika, Uvika Naveshika, Uvika Miyodika, Tode Yasak. In English, in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Capo. Capo chairman. Messages and hey, oh, chairman, yeah, dear pass, watch me assemble. I just quite be coming, papa, me.
Na guess it is okay how guess no me say guess no me say how many boys in this year me say guess it is say Wontumi sponsor no I number 1
Europa Liga came so we bepa na yatin komo La Liga Spanish Promoral and Division La Liga games no baso ana fe year for come matches and baso na don some no e banamo sora kenko na fe Europa no yani enkomo na fe say the games no e see akwa FC Managerial no for mo ball in the strong grass for mo game no 4:45 and Managerial namfo womu any storm grass game ne baso yebenya Paul Thessaloniki FC womu ne Maccabi Tel Aviv game no and also 4:45 sa game no womu ebebo anafe Braha womu ne final de game near 7 and no ebebo Dynamo Zagreb team no womu ne Fenerbahce ade boani ene game baso anafe yebenya FK Venezuela womu ensom game no womu ne Celtic Canada boani FK Venezuela womu ene Celtic game no 7 baso Friday for no womu Ball FC Bar ene game and baso Mammo foi womu ensom jemo dendende from Sweden womu ene Dogoret Rasgard game no and also 7 and baso yebenya OGC Nice womu Roma womu game near 7 and sa game no and also baso Alliance Rivera awon match ne baso Real Betis womu ensom ene Nottingham Forest game no and no baso ayadem ene Salectas ni na no de emanaro pro so no so o call La Liga nyame adoma about 5 p.m. and no ana Hetafe omni Deportivo Alaves game no our stadium Coliseum Alfonso Perez and baso Alejandro and Quintero referee original center na for this game no dem na mo Atletico woman Rayo Vallecano game no and also 7:30 and sa game no baso our Riyadh Metropolitano our anasa game no baso Alejandro Hernandez referee original center na for what try your madam amasa game and no baso nyame adoma yemenya Real Sociedad womo ball adietia Mallorca game no and also baso and 7:30 and womo game no so betimi abaso ya de NSL latest ni na no de ba na yanko EFL na fe yeni enkomo ne resere nyama ebesia ko England way Huddersfield Town woman in Man City game no 6:45 and afe womo de bonity and Pep Guardiola ya juma enanumre about 6:45 for an asa game no baso Newcastle womo ball in a Brentford game no womo ensom in Brentford and a ball and no 6:45 and womo and Brentford game ne baso and afe Tottenham fe ensom and Doncaster a ball and no 6:45 for more ball ayadem and Sansam no ba and afe Port Vale womo and Arsenal game no 7 p.m. and womo a ball way matches and no baso this latest ni na no dem emanano fe na unim say Pep a ball in a sa game 100 town de brani no na Pep say yemo biante as an priority in a season where no matches how do about ball Burnley na me adoma we can be oboria one Monaco and some other ball our Champions League and one Brentford asabe ball our league no and just Carabao ya and no Barcelona priorities and they onom and so born the star players na omudia winning kai sembia manager no mbia kianeke ekwa bia so SMG ye winning na operate the first 11 at the boss that the priority no enye sake way nemom o monitor Burnley Monaco and Brentford and na match ono manager no nani ewo so a o rese ne obetimi akobo awini e dia masiri.
This means lots of games, but is tomorrow a good chance to give an opportunity to others who haven't been playing in recent games?
Yeah, absolutely. Tomorrow I'm going to give you news. He's not going to play the same start 11 in the last 3 games. That's for sure. Listen, the Carabao Cup, the only problem we have in the Carabao Cup right now, that is, as said many times, we respect this competition, otherwise we will not win 4 times in a row. A few years ago, is arriving that competition with no injuries. Unfortunately, we have injuries, so it will be a mix for the first team, for the academy players to play tomorrow, because the priority is Burnley, Monaco and Brentford, but it's what it is, and we will try to compete and go through.
It's been a packed schedule. This means lots of games.
Pep Guardiola, Eddie to do so on Darity Carabao, and no Barcelona as a manager and a priority no Burnley and for Monaco and a Brentford or no rest no betting a ball in a side game now for winning and no Eduardo Abanan common course no ahead of the game at Barcelona come back one person is any game against Arsenal. No man for manager and assistant touches in the style of play all of a sudden Pep Guardiola and a pass bar said de maybe a term na yenum se Morino nom and a ball and a Santatus no na then the CN was na Zana Muhuno was him and a Salaman for Casano no so na do Kenyan and say game media edu baby a sanity edu baby a manager obesisa tatisa what him a ball game style of play no edu baby a besisa yentie Pep Guardiola.
Against Napoli, we changed the play we played against Napoli. 3 days later, we changed our way to play. Fuck, I'm really good. We changed absolutely everything in 3 days. It must be a really, really good manager. Sometimes opponents are good and create the challenges that you cannot handle it and the other one. But no, since I retired in this club, I would love to play in the way I want to play. Sometimes we are not able. Sometimes we are not good. Sometimes the opponent is better. Against Napoli, we changed the play we played against Napoli. 3 days later, we changed our way to play. Fuck, I'm really good. We changed absolutely everything in 3 days. It must be a really, really good manager. Sometimes opponents are good and create the challenges that you cannot handle it and the other one.
Sometimes opponent, you know me are very good, and for me a tough opponent. You call as a manager and do baby, over deploy a strategy, over to me every really game. And I know some manager no area to do. Now Mikel Arteta, and so on Arsenal and the Man City game now. One also wants and or ball into the press conference now, and the team come kaka to do. I responded to a man for a manager as a Arsenal Bobo no do baby now. So Susa Arsenal, everything a ball and a Sabola. When we a ball, yeah, managers, new coaches out and some ball Mabaso, and what they are to say, any day. We're receiving a lot of messages in here. Now, we're betting Yaka, I'm going to be at Onimre, our debate explaining Bianso, Diacho, Bianti, Sama, coach, Mikel Arteta, Erituda.
What is the purpose of that? Because I had a lot of things using my phone. They could not believe what we did to Manchester City. And people that are coaches, managers, CEOs, presidents, so proud. And I look at the players and the people around. So I'm much more filled and fueled with that with other ones that they want to make that. What is the intention? What is the purpose of that? Because I had a lot of things using my phone. They could not believe what we did to Manchester City. And people that are coaches, managers, CEOs, presidents, so proud. And I look at the players and the people around. So I'm much more filled and fueled with that with.
Yeah, to that I don't know. Now Mikel Arteta tatis. Our game on Pep Guardiola. A boy and on say Guardiola ko packet bus. Our che. When we deploy forces no defense pa. Now almost say and we see and we say na impossible to predict and such a dominance from Arsenal and some the team no for the first time in 17 years Pep Guardiola who say or packet our che and no so any team no throughout 96 minutes Arsenal and Modemono na a different yentiano.
With my knowledge and my know-how and how I analyze a football game, because it was impossible for somebody to predict such a dominance from Arsenal throughout 96 minutes because it never happened in 17 years of Pep as a manager. Extremely surprised with my knowledge and my know-how and how I analyze a football game, because it was impossible for somebody to predict such a dominance from Arsenal throughout 96 minutes because it never happened in 17 years of Pep as a manager. Extremely surprised with my knowledge.
To the game and Barcelona woman Portville match. Yeah, I bet me Barcelona. You say what is a crane friend Max Dorman. You be who game no man na manager no sorry crana Mikel Arteta and when the press conference no crowd sorry I call and almost say Kodan you be who no e was side game we because boy and crowd ball you be who no call to no man and was let's wait e be depend yentie sema manager no to the battle case Max Dorman be available for Arsenal.
Spain game with Max.
Yes, unbelievable. Should have been sent off after 35 minutes.
I'll take it, he's in the squad.
Huh?
He's in the squad.
Tomorrow? Yeah. Then I put the handbrake on and
conference no sorry crano and some trofo ebusa and Mikel Arteta Max Dorman one common and ya de banana some and some and it's Liverpool so about testing no and exactly 5 years a branch in a friend said Diogo Jota making a debut for Emma Arsenal and I said Liverpool evo ko ntianem ama otumi say hadwe pa na otumi say and some and 5 years pa about the first game at Emma Liverpool abra na manager Jurgen Klopp and some issue a branch of Diogo Jota and na obem at the Emma Liverpool evo ko no 5 years in your soul rest in perfect peace and no Diogo Jota around some no and you tell me if you are bad and some pino and some at bana Liverpool gamer and records yamo mabaso na obema me Alexander Isak na fe was say of feeling very good pa na o certainly feeling no and some city and shop na start and some ba at the amano na o say oguso ya ne nuama no say da nuama and some go betima ko 45 minutes when ya adema Liverpool eboboko no when ya ni go adema Liverpool against Southampton eboboko na yadia was in ani age adia no so si enra na manager ayefane ana slot so adem atuya se boy and so aba na bana waba for good because fit national team camp and so buy and yarese neka obenya some minute be at the Ama Liverpool eboboko no enra match na nya bad kra manager ana slot de kakra and so not to do say in the coming weeks no you both say Alexander Isaki oguso obeko so anya minute at the Ama Liverpool eboboko no say obo weekend ebiem na asembia onya 2-3 matches abo esa de Liverpool na say the preseason we the preseason na Liverpool na fe ni league and so start and no a manager and a slot kakra okafa abranche Alexander is
not in the best circumstances in terms of match fitness. So we have to build it up, and the downside to that is that you cannot play a player 90 minutes, and if you only play him 45 or 30 or again like today 45, it might then normally take a while before he scores his first goal, because we can all understand if you play a player 3 times 90, it's a bigger chance that he scores a goal than when you play him 45, 30, 45. And he's the record British record signing, and there's hardly anyone talks about this, so maybe it's smart for me to talk about this. So there will be then pressure on if it takes a while before he scores a goal, because he's the record British signing. No one says this, so I repeat it. So yeah,
and a slot your manager Emma Liverpool what dia to do some no Benra and Montemo a branch of friend self Federico Chiesa a boy no wonder man of the match display Emma Liverpool na no shipa na Federico Chiesa we 2 assists o game and we cross from that Liverpool on your 5 duels won and Emma Liverpool shot on target or Bobako and interceptions where ya on your 2 and no and some player complete and 4 key passes and Emra Federico Chiesa enya ye and some game na manager no after some match in the panel or review the players no and some Modemo na or say Federico Chiesa the massa and I said na Modemo and some message about Bonabaso our Juma and yeah Azoma Liverpool eboboko no na or say Emra one kwani the only player na yaka hard worker na boy and some call na nim na wabanachi na fe aduma de and one and Emra oh yeah Emma Liverpool review and manager need to just the best player now our fault and so dear Federico Chiesa on
half time. For me it's completely not a coincidence that Federico picked the ball and assisted on the first, because he was the one, in my opinion, that was most involved in the game, tried the most, worked the hardest, and then it wasn't a coincidence again that he was the man that made a deep run. Great ball by Robbo, by the way, who also has won so much at this club and also understands how to play this game. Not underestimated, just always be ready to play. And that's also the way to get yourself either back in the team or get as much playing minutes as you want. That's why I was happy with a few individual performances, but far from happy from a few other individual performances.
Can you elaborate on who you would
Jade Atujado Samno, Aveba Giovanni Leoni, Enra, what also Enya Ipra, El Gamano, a course 81 minutes and Omnia, and so a boy and a Madamana Clarence Nedye, or a Makuma Quincy and Afe interceptions, and so a free Afe, Emma Branchie, Giovanni Leoni, and Yadem and a Kakrati Tuja, and some Adama Sonos and a manager, Area Tuja, as a Giovanni Leoni, no, Prona were trying to do Betmiaka, as a Fain Romo, and the Okotoskan Nafi, Yara said the MRI never Konafi, who said a boy, and so the extent of the injury, and some the Betmia Kosen last week, no, and I said, oh, I said, and Yama, and some the course, so I will way a debt from a league, no, every division, no, okay, Rubin van Bommel, one also, or pray at the PSV, Emma Tasana, you say serious power, Emma later on, Musa injury, no, and some said, and yeah, is Santano, and link it to a branch Giovanni Leoni, and some Janice or as a boy no so Ebetia Banmanuya, Nanyama so let Marco Camano, and Kaka manager area to the Adonsam no, and so at the Manado Sono so Nasara Cano Liverpool for no, Womu a minute silent that day, Emma Womu and so a fan back one as where we legend the Liverpool because now we Liverpool women's team no Womu a coach, and maybe a term your friend Matt Beard or no, and American seminar money and some committee suicide and we na a suicidal death and a manager and maybe a term now or no a Liverpool a man team no we do to my at the moment you say one also a committee suicidal one and some let me feel more into the banner and so by and now I'm say suicide awareness and more and some like almost if anyone is suffering on silencer please speak out say oh so far from any and also koso and they will trim as I say could do one woman say kasa and tiano bana when we are at a somo at the pay tribute at the moment legend and you tell me about him say yes you do UK a banner has out to England or yes week their anti cases none and yeah best in the 86 and mema makumaku 86 no mafimu obekwa no near say a suicide and no and some committee sema and how mo sabrabomu adwendwen and ma womu a committee suicide no and some lawyer the person you find out yet I want some because nipa makumaku 86 me mema and a week dia womu and some committee suicide I just have to also promo and no I no compare na omo ya dem and 70 no de ba ugo ekitike and or no and so as go any Jesse and matches when a red card and no manager I friend say and a slot say on the MZ Buffy was saying who come kitike or no and so at the apology letter bano pano or sa fancy Di Maria every day apology at the red family and no Liverpool for a pomacho as a dwelling in no patrol and no kakao dem banamo manager and say do baby as a players omu control emotions we a player susuma emotions and control as a who kwaya on some faso be control emotions no na ana slot at the same kakra and some not to do as a born the level be wa born demo on more do level ekitikenom ene Alexander Isaac mo abo adunu sa level no wanu na do betima kan say the best thing na senka abranche wuko ekitike eye ene say nkoko Federico Chiesa ho na obona baso say assistant na oduma me no aduma ni nyina ana waye no na eni wukwan say we need
always the best to control your emotions, and if you cannot control your emotions, do it in a way that it doesn't lead to a yellow card. So I think I said when I got my red card against Everton, that's always stupid, because it is you can show your emotions, but if it leads to a yellow or red card, then it's stupid, and that's what happened in the first yellow. And then I told him as well, and I said it to numerous media already, if you score in the Champions League final in the 87th minute after outplaying 3 players and hitting it in the top corner, I can maybe understand that you say like, this is all about me, what did I do? But I'm old-fashioned, I'm 47 and old maybe, and I haven't played on this level, but I did score a few goals, and if I would have scored a goal like this, I would have turned around and walked up to in this situation, Federico Chiesa, and say
to Brighton Evoboko so omo ewo league history no ebane Carabao na womo the only club womo ashare 2 consecutive wins and no 6 plus goals omo 2 matches omo bono mo share omo ne Bensley omo win 6-0 and omo ne Oxford United omo win 6-0 and no second time and as way first time in club history and as ne league cup history no BNC that for the first time womo enya consecutive wins and no 6 plus goals and no Brighton Omboboko no and yatem omon sama de banu a Chelsea ne Lincoln edu baby na emwa sepa na Chelsea manager edu ha na ya ball 42 minutes nye Enzo Maresca why so why kumo jaseja Enzo guri chem dendende a enya sama 20 Enzo Maresca ewa ha na opese of find an antidote ewa baby a obetimi ade baby anase obetimi ayanyama baako mienu bi na bibia timi asi ade ama Chelsea woboko no na enra yembo 19-year-old nabaso eno Tarek George enra we adwuma ne power say go SI assist abra wono assist abranche Facundo na enuama nsom aye kama ewa yade awunsem ni nyina pa because 19-year-old we say go SI assist ono and yabeka say wade Chelsea echo the next round of the competition I don't some no bana Enzo Maresca one son is aden anani buafu and first half nani buafu because I say boys he want more from said here and they wono ewu say be a game way for na boys and so ntimi nya juma na as of 42nd minute na Chelsea that from a kabako muntinente no say and one as a manager na bufu and so city our bench ono so when you no crepa so team bo na Chelsea team yi world champion omo bo game bi say na omo toto papa so manager obedwa.
Absolutely.
Just how angry?
Absolutely, but no, because we prepared the game thinking exactly in the way it was the first half. And it's sometimes it's not about it's about desire, it's about win second ball, but it's also about experience. Jamie Gittens never played against League One this kind of games. Jarrell never played this kind of game. This kind of games is you have to play in different way. Absolutely.
Just how
Wano edi atudwa to nsema bench manager no ana de kakra to the Enzo Maresca and so any Arsenal game no money city no Alan Halaun say oko a top speed of 34.42 kilometers per hour during the game what the better so because speeder or they send go no na no day and Alan Halal and ya tell nsema bench Alan Halal no also and the TV no so now man it on Facebook or speed our no and so a top speed of 34.42 kilometers per hour and no and some ko ya yate awon some adebanesa branch no eba ni mrika tese nyama some dem ade emane ade awon some ni nyina no efe ema na no play so Manchester United evoboko ne say man you boboko no yes Manchester United broadcast revenue are dropped by 55 million euros due to one absence our Champions League woman tinyamo and no defuo bench man you sikasam and some aswate ewone broadcast revenue say ye twa match na fe omunye sika edem afimu no omo Champions League no amomo and some revenue are dropped 55 million euros I dey on some no and so at the banesa some morim asafi what the manu and so na report about say ko be manu and so determined SNA we dey be akọ say the numtuni no and so na kind or yeah juma our current instead of pay our benefit favor our manager I friend say Ruben Amorim nanim na ono so to improve na nyama so ay kama edem amana yade awon somni na no ade be asia kudai ahai a new private server wono ensom anu anuane ade ma no hwane diet ensom na so we ento no akohan a new server or ye ni nuane sam ni ade ensom ade ma na afa dietitians wo mu ehwe se de me ono enso ne form no betimi aba eno aya kakra fu ono ade ba do nsam no adeba Sani Lamen say goalkeeper for Manu Akototinaba na kudai so ba Manu Bruno Fernandes also Bruno ni passe was Bruno Fernandes so no Manchester United team no say Bruno Fernandes no and trace or leader Manchester United Boboko no and Sani Lamen and sama what they atudano no na reporter man said Diego Dalot reporter Albany say what training our Carrington Bibia kama ama boy and no reporter yensaka na manju womu gamer womu airport Brian for Saturday no yet say womu new in the third kit and Manchester United womu some abesade abo against any Brian for the doing some no ade ba no mu abo womu yellow shorts no and some ade assess here na fe nioma and some na kama and no aye phone ma de ba lectures ni nyina no ya dem ama na no pay na ma first kunya reporter me second and say ono so I congratulate you Rafinha our Instagram our IG and I say proud of you my brother after some unia Ballon d'Or yi ono so ye koyi aya rank ono so din and some number rank ni nyina no ya de say omo abana baso a ya dem the lectures ni nyina no at ama na no pay so no so na unim say Leeds United nanka Rafinha every ni Ballon d'Or na omo 10 million pounds and komo beje at dem no fi Barcelona and so because na cross no same as say o wini Ballon d'Or 10 million pounds and at Leeds United omo and so benya entedu ba bia na ya take say a branch of fan say Rafinha be lift and a Ballon d'Or yi na Leeds United for Philippa because say ya dem awomu and wuni am lift Ballon d'Or ya and ka cross no ba activate automatically ama unia and so ama Leeds for and 10 million pounds at a free Barcelona etim no and on I reported for Madeba na Barca almost say Lamine Yamal oh Barca for Abonabaso na domidi atuda ne sakudai womu every Ballon d'Or awards yi womu free in Paris eba na womu to flight mo bomo se o akrai dia gro ewa chesaru play mu chese ase bibia mfa no ase nyu no and di second also bia enko di second se nkembia na we be ho obemiamia ne fon so embia obe di na mo so mo ba womu to flight mu baunia enso na ni age chese ne why happy ana Barca for ne so mu sa kodani age no 18 memo de akodaisia mature adefa no wo mu ewu bida ewo ene wono so ni actions a wodana di abra no mote flight mu eba ene Spain and no air report aba na akodai anu mo say amanfo trolley Lamine Yamal mu kabi edum so ana wani ana den na wono so at the age of 17 or the 7th our Ballon d'Or ranking so at the age of 18 when the second our ranking so and HS 19 obeje yes because at the age of 17 or the 7th and at the age of 18 when the second HS 1920 akudai and some wini Ballon d'Or and no phone my table latest no ya from ama ya say akudai recover our mo say weekend obenya a minute at ama Barca na fe was PSG game media mo ya ne dan Dembele ate Ballon d'Or no obebo etia Dembele and no diamond PSG game no ya te say unia enso na we say no wono enso bebo etia PSG na for punish wo mo and on report ever na Gavi enso nadia no ewo Mundo Deportivo wo mu a newspaper and no pay anymore and mo the Gavi enso abeto wo mo chese 4 to 5 months ya dey say Gavi enso mo call and no a report about na Demente and it's just Barca o match as a psychologically o man ra kodani trima emwa ni nyina ne say akoda wey say o run a ball akoda fi say manfo boni di or bani ade na pra enso ngaba na wakotena nche so man nya na drain word to my psychologically mbia be affected on say yes psychologist any ade enso ngabe hu akoda na fe wo ma ye na drain word to my say be ya enso na affected no a report for my table lectures no ya dem never na run really and dia to do say ejana mo kikai was say really now what change na dan what titi adan yes say Ballon d'Or ratings e buy no one ya Dembele one also second Lamine Yamal na no also na listen no what was Rafinha di fifth na Vitinha di third was a what was it Dabi or say oh ball Rafinha born the last season ever was it Champions League night now night brighter Rafinha na debe ma when they still games I would draw them Barca abomu Champions League ni ade and so na cause no ano no Ballon d'Or all year when win no obekasa award no when antoso aba enke mfama ene Rafinha direct no winning sama wado ensom na dia to do some no ade ba na Dembele ano musa ne say award di waje wa posti na how often ana obekoso posti wa award di ano so eno de obe ansa ode Benzema ana ba ansa ni na say Karim Benzema ni dia na say Benzema ya no sa no Ousmane Dembele and some Dembele say kwaya Benzema je uni ekodidia no posti otikema no posti wo ye wi no sa ano no so no posti no twade atudua don some no adeba na unim say ene Inter Miami coach fan Javier Mascherano wane Dembele and some ahun samye na ose ohu Dembele our Barca ano kasa akudawe dabi akrawe and some abeko top level our football no wonder eso ko PSG what no as a game no ball to level say onon na wi ase nyina no Ballon d'Or no and some ekuta no are very happy at the Emma Abranche Fenise ne Ousmane Dembele and no Javier Mascherano reporter one at the Abadon some no at the Mami Diego Simeone ni nkomo coach at the Atletico Madrid Boboko reporter man say observe a match ban for the red card one and some nyayo Anfield no a reporter in second out Ginto and a reporter say match ban one and a manager Diego Simeone no and some Sabet Miaka yet and the selector Sinina no at the Madrid game no young Paul Vini Junior Basso Savinom and Mbappe to my reporter man says before game no Alonso Eko Catcher Vini Junior against Levante no was Catcher Vini Vini a man for every extra man for tro dear a man for Kekano we will do the fall to him as a player over 2-4 yes before game no Catcher could say hey wo Vini Junior on we will be a filu brutal na memoir bonanti ene ujinamu 90 obeye wa djuma se de bia wo ye no na man tan tietie nkofo sa se de bia wo tietie no radio semi ade TV jaitie ni ade because no obanu say analysis na ekoso na ade a wo tietie bia wo ba training abubefu se de no na fancy ade training all ba na fe ni buafu a na wo ye yenu a uni ani chain aba game no koso kama ade ema no na Trevella no ni go no ana o say the man so Mexico ana yebusa ne say na Trevella no bonus tie no so one of the Luka Modric ya can Trevella dia we say Luka Modric in ni bo eche obi a na Modric ana try ne say yes bo no Kyle bo no and so na the tone say the what sharp ball in chemu born na eba no masa enye ize kwantis abbowe Luka Modric Trevella on the chance say the bono enti eney bibi eda obi asia Luka Modric ana obeda na se na o say eney Luka Modric abwane pa eno Vini Junior nsema wode atudwa no ana Luka Modric nso abetro ye enra we ex no so was say what a goal brother and what try e de fa emojis and clapping emojis with love emoji adem to a de ama abranche fe no Vini Junior ezeno Madrid legends ni na no o be say omuye na fa kudai ensom anije e Madrid ya de ene san legends ni na no ade ba Alvaro Carrera say one player Madrid defender akudai ni bobo ele Madrid for say ase aduma ni na mo ye no na akudawei enram onhwe ne ball our winning ya or winning 16 balls enra we must say we for the first time a Madrid defender be and some recover more 16 times our pitch so okay Sergio Ramos 2019 Ramos and the last defender our be Abranche Alvaro Carreras on also be and Madrid top defender and our friend them and semi no Adeba Franco Mastantuano and was a goal to my Mad was in goal no or dedicated goal to my family Nabusia and or dedicated dedicating atumo mano aya Franco Mastantuano and goa wadem atu net no so dedicating kono and so atemani family no kakra dem atu jadon semi no ade Basabi Alonso aya manager ade mama to ase Madrid our the right track na Madrid nam so say le 3 and I say where the lay one no Madrid nam so a right part track na there we mo aduma na no we also results na ba and we man so na come away just beginning afa and I starting assassin kra and I Madrid from so nya ya te ensem pretema so no so enya sameto na Mbappe enya joke our La Liga Mbappe 40 games awaya 42 goals and assists masa Mbappe is no joke masa Mbappe nye joke La Liga num kra eja waso no Ballon d'Or monye ready Champions League monye ready because Mbappe no and some La Liga at the Madrid no I just very insane or badjuma at amomo at and 70p no and some the team ne bakomia and team ne international fedin komami Jose Mourinho na any komo Jose nye anopano fancy our bite no so what the amana Jose da obenya Vittori amaya na ya hwem ano Benfica amanfo di woma tampa na we say go be on the 80th minute man Wontumi hold on to the goal say na beso che na Jose Mourinho say was if this is the new football says the football now is a course we are no was say new football now but there was it then I don't like this football Jose Mourinho as a football no say do baby players met me a concede as a goal on the 80th minute now omuntimi mo ball no buy and a goal no match no omuntimi mo buy at that moment Mourinho say sa ball we pa there or no as a manager I don't like it on pair until players in the hands man yen ya Mourinho there wono sebi adren do baby na tiafas man we ya Mourinho no and so abenya ma bebre tiamo and no a later say for the man Jose Mourinho and I didn't sempi no and so at ema na ro pe so no so and as me to me de for ma deba na no hu go ekitike ono eyi ni Jesse no na ni Jesse no yi no and so man for can say bebre the fast as wono na what the red card na say you silly coach no class very stupid said they me don't some best players ni be be Messi mu nyina bi Messi a movement Messi run Jesse our Barca 10 no na Messi dey che no Ronaldo enso de and what top where we Ronaldo so e bi Darwin Nunes enso e bi enti movement we no edu ba bia coaches no ya montia say feelings no edu ba bia eya na players no enti in control some emotions and the more can wasam ania kakra fuo edeba Arsenal players no na yani komo mame Arsenal players no obenya abranche fe no Saliba and afa Gabriel and Moscara mamia na ye hwade bi unim sam Arsenal at 65 million pounds echo Gabriel Saliba and Moscara 65 million pounds and to Manchester United at the 80 million pounds and to Harry Maguire give up was a mother Arsenal for the play at all at a man you do be a man so no players ne ba na ye den and so a boy man you the better player and a bucket for no kakre for my dey don some no and so my love no Maguire ha Shadrack James say one Maguire dey easy cry Harry Maguire and I was saying at some no at about 80 million pounds Manchester and what day young love your boy young fancy na team no mre na yameto aso Shadrack ma bibi na afi young fancy na afi akomia mre na bibi anso emra na yento aso Wontumi 101.3 Wontumi TV sports buffet is a bomb and anope maybe story video maybe Maguane is Arsenal for sales na so mu pitches Saliba with Gabriel Mosquera 65 million pounds Magua 80 million you say
Mosquera no why
you can say Saliba ana o come we no go say o come we Saboma 65
ana Magua say
80
okay
to say I say Omo to say Rapaholic is Rabba.
Rapaholic about you.
Rapaholic was there.
We have a rap nation Shemwana. And then a rap contest.
First, we used the area as a rap papa.
Samatume, Obin Kebi Mame, Ochame, Atome, Minimi, Miamijitum, Ayo, Marasheti, go to the Chimasua, Bernie, Trameteti. They say, cry dear, Missimi Hune Fareba. My hand time Jai.
Hey,
come on.
Cafe rap.
Come on. Champion rap.
So would you to make I say Mame more. You ha you would to me Mame more. Come Mame more. No Mame more. You call him Mame more.
I feel I was on the book.
Much in a Mami Wazana. I feel I was on the book. I be my government.
But say a share Saliba
by a chair Benfica for you now.
Benfica.
Station Benfica for you now. Yet you mean, my dear. Then I commented a look. Also, what have you done? Oh, this is not justice.
Justice.
But
Frank, it was Benfica.
Situation more. You see.
Okay, you mean talk about Mourinho? So was it say no more? This is not football. Was it? This is not football.
Football. What if you are Karabaga? So what do you rescue them? Now, baby, you're free, but were you able to rescue them?
You see,
this is the most mismatched appointment I've ever seen.
Yeah, start here.
Mismatched appointment. I know who will be as a par. Jose Mourinho ni Benfica. Big mismatch.
Wow.
When it comes to style, when it comes to ambition,
okay.
When it comes to transfer market, mismatch crap. Because me all corner maintenance, and he looks desperate.
Wow.
That's why desperate. Obeso ye bibi
in tentem.
We bibi in tentem. Ejuma we no dia na mfa. Na Capo yebebo season awie. They tell make a style clash in the imagine that Benfica is a selling club.
Yeah.
Now, your season now will be to say Antonio Silva, will be to say Ka Enzo and Wako PM Chelsea. Players or Florentino Luis Simone boys in our season year June 50 or January. If Benfica decides to sell Enzo Fernandez for 120 million euros, said your year to Chelsea now, who just say no number contokwa.
Yeah.
You'll be very angry.
Yeah, you do.
Because if you have a born Enzo Fernandez air body man, any the impact in January about them to do.
Okay.
And you Uber say we keep Enzo Fernandez for quite some time as an Abidjan requires on but it stands. Wontumi ko Benfica me real season and yambo January na go kaso monton mo play bia we key. This can be break club no say dey be monton. It won't happen. Benfica on come market ni nko top striker 50 million pounds in farm out. Benfica on come market no so enkoto a midfielder 70 million euros in farm brew. Benfica enra academy no mon kasi e ko farm Rabat Sam Rabat bebo isisi my Benfica. It won't happen. So and you may go into the thinking to go and accept the job no. Mike me 2 years as a win your pension pay.
Pension pay.
Oh that be because clubs now offer no kwa na apam no agini sika. Okwa na apam no agini sika. Ojam part no nam so no me ntiase ye.
We say I feel no any level of the club. So buy and we say I feel no any level a ope. Ofi Fenerbahce by the first interview. I say often when you leveler.
Okay, Mourinho's first interview or Fenerbahce. Okay.
Was it their jerseys, his skin was a day?
And you see, about no, can they are winning over the hearts of people. Mourinho is one. He's charismatic. Ninsema Wakanin, I am the special one. Mourinho's words, it carries more emotions and win over more hearts than you can imagine. But I think recent happenings involving Mourinho, I was here subjected Mourinho as a coach to more scrutiny, and people are still aligned to Mourinho because of the year in the past, not because of what he's doing now. Then we will come to the realization that Mourinho and then he hold and ascend the status as one of the top coaches of Mourinho game Eswati. And Mimu GDA say due to one or two reasons. A B a decision making. It might look different. The other angle is Mourinho is not scared of taking up top jobs and not tough jobs. He will come to your rescue. Yeah. But I also think Nipa so what Pejako could do stage beer. Yewana mobia na utun kaneno. And I only be an hour in canina. A fain one yes, I know money being. Save when you're the baby. A hiniaba. First, baby, I now grown won't grow be. And now what Pejako drew through baby. To say, me fireman penyo, Germany Mahama Fanye. As Mahama, not only a buying. Dibrebia now only position be a high ranking. He could perhaps move outside freely, eat anywhere, do anything. Okay. But the moment he fell the president of Ghana, he cannot go and sit in a restaurant and eat on his own. Yeah. Again, your certain places are owned to me because of Dibrena Wenyano. The same applies to Mourinho. It's true. You started from the lower ranks. From obscurity. First, now crowd a translator. LMI Bobby Robson. Barcelona and Sana Newcastle. Then you had to move on your own and become your own man. You needed to start low and rise to the top. When Mourinho rose to the level of Real Madrid, he needed to be very mindful of his next steps. After Chelsea, he needed a break, reassess, and then look at what I say. Or bet me, I the floor so that he can come back stronger. Mourinho, I believe, no matter what, should not have taken the Manchester United job. But even with United, a club can say no problem. I have reasons to say because the footballing project are no more than Mourinho the Ebra. Yeah. But what for Man U, no problem. But the lowest point was Jose Mourinho accepting say Mekofa Spurs, Mekofa Roma, Mekofa Fenerbahce, and now Benfica. These four decisions are decisions I think the moment Mourinho accepted a tenny free baby or person rise in the Coco Drew. The ambitions of such clubs. Mourinho is a serial winner. He wins top trophies, elite trophies. The moment Oben Lemete clubs are over to or more the second or the third tier, Tottenham will not give you that guarantee. Says season in, season out. They are competing for the top trophies. League, Champions League. Tottenham and Mouse are vibe, no? Okay. If you descend to Roma, they will not give you that vibe. Serie A Kromoji impress in Fiesini. Nam Campesempo, they will attempt to win the Champions League. Fenerbahce, the same. Into Oshe Juma Wakofana, a Juma and propelling back to the top or to the limelight. I may consider one of the great. Mourinho's peer, the known in the Bosso, was Pep. Consider what Pep has done and how he's taking his footballing decisions. Yeah. He goes to clubs. Project number Buama, he will continue to stay at the top by winning top trophies, and the investment will back him. Mourinho accepted any job, and when that time to go back, assess the options, and look at which one is right for him. The latest episode here, Benfica, you were just sacked by Fenerbahce. Now Benfica was not winning. They have not been winning in the past 2 seasons. They are not a dominant side like they were under Roger Schmidt. Then Fenerbahce UAD, Robert Nefi. I think the best thing Mourinho should have done was to reassess, rest. Your will be a friend of rest and reset.
Okay.
Next, what did that? Now what's the show for the next launch? Until you feel any kind of emotional stress, psychological stress, whatever you've gone through. Then you get back. But Mourinho, I say everyone is all bad. Nikunewo. Now what you mean? No ban or no Bema for 49th club. You've not gone over it. Yeah, exactly. Into the two for say relationship. The moment you suffer a heartbreak, don't jump into another relationship. Try and then heal your wounds. Recover from the heartbreak first, and son of what take it the next day. Because emotionally, you'll be thinking about certain things just to overcome the pain you feel. But at times, I remember say you heal from the pain before you think about the next step. Mourinho did not heal from the Fenerbahce heartbreak, and he just saw Benfica's opportunity. Oh, a club I'm coaching that is Portugal.
Yeah.
Akumi explained the star clashes. What Mourinho wants is to win and win consistently.
Sure.
What Benfica wants is to develop and sell, and then they'll win domestic and they'll make appearances in the Champions League. They are okay. Does Mourinho need that now? And that is my issue. So decisions making have affected him to the next point. The whole issue about coaching era. Now even the likes of Pep Guardiola are looking at tweaking things almost the same kakra.
Yeah.
Because once the same one you'll be stuck in the old days. I think Mourinho is the coach of yesterday who still thinks the methods of yesterday are applicable and will lead to success today. No. And there hasn't been that self-realization process. Could it also be me? Wako Spurs, Yejao Kwai. Roma, Yejao Kwai. Fenerbahce, Yejao Kwai. There needs to be a self-realization process. What am I doing wrong? What do I need to do? What must change?
Yeah.
There are days where the open beer out the CNC or the tarry why you will need to do a reassessment, a self-assessment exercise. No, I have never seen Mourinho admit. Say no, then beer may approach my method and acquire the first year and it be a flawed until I need to change, I need to adapt. Maintain Mourinho interview be a workers adieno. Mostly the picture is painted say na the person and when you support it
players in Moano.
Yes, that's why it is difficult for you to evolve. Every great manager, to make sure so you are constantly at the top, you need to evolve. Carlo Ancelotti started coaching in '94, Italy, about World Cup. He was assistant. Even to date, he is relevant. Why? Because he has evolved along with the times. He has not been stuck to one way. Mourinho, I think, is still stuck, and he is not modified how he approaches games.
And
and that to me is also another fundamental issue. Emma Mourinho Otiba form. Nobody can change Mourinho apart from himself. But a sad way, because I watch Mourinho this as a Wenger, call him a specialist of game. Exactly. And the day you become from Mourinho, because Mourinho described Wenger as a specialist in failure because on the trophies he was always contending for fourth, member Champions League. Mourinho was looking at himself as a serial winner. because he was winning trophies. Now
the special one.
Danny Abeka Mourinho
is still the special.
Has he turned today's specialist in failure? It is not so pleasant. It is not so good. But then again, he is the beginning and the end of the Ofemni. Mourinho is the beginning and the end of what he's going through. Okay, boys never to Ayampia the amount. I believe Mourinho's next job should have been to target Inter Milan, lobby his way through a club our coach that you have a rich history with them, and the squad they have will allow you to compete very well in Italy and also show up in the European competitions. Christian Kivu need the oil Inter Milan. Oh, do you have any hope? Say Kivu will continue for the long term. And think kakra. Naka assess no and play your cards well. Mourinho, any influence or one. Mourinho cannot lobby for top jobs. Why not any agent? Jorge Mendes.
Super.
Again, the personality Mourinho. Say Inter Juma Bain Abeto na Mourinho lobbya.
You get it.
Come on.
Or the rumor
one reason Inter did not move for him then, no often about was the exit clause. But he was under consideration. Fabregas #1, Mourinho was part of those they considered, but he wasn't available then. Now while available, I would fee. Make it with Asudidibu. Kivu Boca or Inter Milan. Come on. The Benfica job to me, I have said this severally. Nissan Kahoze J. Why is late to try Yampia Mame? Men are matching Mourinho do on mismatch.
Obviously, Mourinho na drop about
oh, but now Bruno Lage day. Bruno Lage now. Otamendi quite did Bobby and then they lost in the Champions League as well.
It's a political appointment.
You know Mourinho's next Champions League game
against Chelsea.
Exactly.
Stamford Bridge.
Now in the league, and that game no outstanding. So we need a narrow gap between themselves and Porto, because Porto now taking what looks like an unassailable lead.
Well, you kind of say,
the
government say compensation man. You take home 11 million euros by January. Also, Daniel said Mourinho is now struggling. And the Abanana Sarela Bista say this guy is so top in analysis. And what they Abba okay, we say Monka Liverpool ne Enzo Mwasem it was not even part of my idea. Yes, Augustine Olonka will say a befa time will tell and run a betche into Mourinho dear and so the players are Mourinho now or Turkey Fenerbahce I went to me and find you BB. This is too a befa. Yes,
Capo. I think the next on the agenda be doing
so I'm up for a moment to code near some and the rest kakra.
Oh, I'm a more movie.
I'm more about the someone rest.
I'm soldiers.
I think sir Enra you share Chelsea versus Lincoln.
Yeah.
And you share Liverpool and Southampton. Now with Liverpool in the Southampton game, there's not much to really talk about that particular game because I believe it's the obvious. It definitely happened.
Yeah.
What is Liverpool scoring in the last 10 minutes of a game? You're only the same thing in the Premier League in every single league game Liverpool have won this season. Capo. Difficult. Say it do the last minute now. We bet me continue Liverpool. I won't consider go. Maybe the nkɔmɔ bi ebe pie free mu no yɛ who go ekiti card na ɔkɔ yɛ sɛ wakɔhyɛ goal na ɔhyɛ goal no wie onim sɛ ɔwɔ yellow card dada na wakɔ akɔyi ne jersey we so yɛ EFL Cup Liverpool supporters na ditumi sɛ ɛnyɛ trophy bia na sɛ ɛnyɛ stage of the competition pressure won bebrebe also ɔhyɛ goal no akɔyi jersey no akɔbi no akɔgye the red card. I think there's a disadvantage attached to that particular kind of red card na ekitika kwa kunya the entire maker said it's a disadvantage near say one he's in a very good form Ekitike keeps on scoring for Liverpool in difficult moments. The kind of goals Awashediama Liverpool, they propel Liverpool to do a lot of things. In the Community Shield, on the share first goal, the man Liverpool very crucial in that particular encounter. Yababete Hugo Ekitike befa kwa fufuro, so they will play again. The next game, they will fear Hugo Ekitike or Money Bournemouth. You could no asabe shego. So you see, the moment and the timings of his goals has proven that the time at Liverpool now started on a very good note. Until Wontumi may way San Fan beje red card and then confirm go as from San Fan bro. Abra wouldn't say Liverpool artistka not less than 120 million euros a market in Mokako for another striker than Abba. In the shape of Alexander Isak. And not buy also Alexander Isak as well. Ebeshegu. It's the next game Muba may say. If Isak keeps on scoring, that means you are not getting into the team until say be about EFL Cup be and champion be another free bench about the you need to, yes, of course, because Isak never born a general man in that form no continue a general man. It has a what momentum be so personally, what to momentum be so. And I think Anslot was right. And our statement now we use you know. Says I don't know and I agree to that. Say the new go be a who didn't be a but I think he's in a form of his life and he needed to be very disciplined to continue that particular form. Kebebo on Wankasa. We were in a Liverpool anymore on a competition was slow. Baby, I'm a concern with Enzo Maresca and Chelsea. Say, or more the team say ya more out.
Chelsea team no.
Yes. When yes specifically to Lincoln say Lincoln eko share first go into Nibia maybe Tinan Mabeka say, but I am recognize it and I idea me dimini so I day. Capo Chelsea so mukutabo no more build from the backer. Opponent devices strategy be against them say because Chelsea whenever they are building more build with a 3-1 in Nigeria say 3 center backs. It normally either Malo Gusto and now say Makukurea and the movie Eddie Akonanim na ba kwa drop no aba be center backs no. Then the defensive midfielder in Moises Caicedo ebe drop it or drop it back. No aba beje ball no the ball no call no allocate Chelsea attackers no. So normally Chelsea be con with a 3-1-6 that means 6 attackers. 6 attackers no omo provided with omo picking up the pocket spaces omo try to link up with the one no beje ball no the ball no moving no very important. So the whole Chelsea lineup now Capo, an example is on the screen. Ubetimashe we against Lincoln.
Okay.
Chelsea will how many center backs in the way in this picture? I will pass it from the back. 3.
Yeah.
I'm more when the ball 6 the match Chelsea and Andrew Santos. Only player be the dinechi. Then over any more match Chelsea be pitching him with 6 attackers. Meaning say center backs you know with 2 options. One, locate the defensive midfielder on a half turn. Obetimi the ball na attackers no more dey equity chances na the goal number. And number 2, Chelsea center backs no have to locate or more ball as wing backs. Itimalo Gusto Herebi originally the space in the no diagonal passes in the corner no create chance in the amomo. It worked perfectly for them against teams be to say Paris Saint-Germain. It will be hard nipa no picking the pocket spaces in the near wine Kopama and nipa na ono provided the width in the near Malo Gusto. Omo linking so they created the needed chances and got their goal. But after that, teams pushia Chelsea. Anytime Omo build from the back, Biano Muma one of the attackers in the track number 6. It will be 6 in the free game in him. Against Crystal Palace, we saw it. So the game against Brentford, the same thing happened. And Brentford tracking Moises Caicedo in that particular same 3-1
situation.
With you and when Capo defenders send away to
3.
One is not defenders name.
Moises Caicedo.
And I go Thiago Yede.
Yeah. Wow.
So now opponents and we say Chelsea building with a 3-1-6. The first point of defense on Monday say on the track Chelsea number 6. Because they believe say Chelsea and missing the presence of you obi to say Kopama. Because Wakokunya grind. Kopama is the king of pocket spaces. Kopama betimi drop ya be share baby a japo do ginei. Hwe baby a Buonanotte to ginei. Na baby a the other guys in Ginano. Kopama betimi pick any of these slots on a half turn. No movie ball no. But these players none of them can do it. Against Bayern Munich, the same thing happened. But the only opportunity Amunya Kopama J Bono, Omoni counter attack na Kopama Panyan, or the Bono to net. So if Kopama is playing, they'll make sure they cut the supplies to Kopama. But if Kopama is not playing, they make sure someone press it, Chelsea number 6 and then cut the passes to the wing backs. If the team be defending against Chelsea 3-1-6 Omuko with the 5 back. Let's say 2 no, as step up for wing backs. 3 no one feel best step up for Chelsea number 10s and your number 9s. Now attacking 2 no. Omo make sure no more any money na and make sure so much midfielders no and number 6 no. Center backs no, they don't care about them.
Enzo Maresca.
Then you go back to Enzo Maresca and come on DSA. Oh, here center back. None of these guys can give it to you because I have said we are Dino. When you put drop by before ball. Chelsea call with 2 build up or man call with 3 high risk high reward. Yeah. Because when you shoot ball no has here how many players 1 2 3 4 5 against Chelsea saying 3 they will create a chance and score. Wontumi no way against top Premier League size because they will punish you.
Yeah.
But against Lincoln, I'm risky and I'm dinner. After build up move from saying 3 to say 2.
Yeah.
And a 3 nearby. That's a Gaston had to or maybe inverted. I'm provided with the beam just to support Wine and B Santos.
So ball against top clubs in the art.
And I'm excited games in the more example. Yeah. Brentford, I'm going to say 2-2 maybe.
Yeah.
Bayern Munich almost say. Wow. 3-1. Manchester United started game the same thing on United here.
Hey. Yeah, same level.
Fulham, Chelsea show me 2-0 no. First half I'm the same thing.
Wow.
And it is a big problem.
No?
It is a big problem. And much Chelsea started games in here. Chelsea started this season against Brentford, Fulham. Fulham's first goal in the annual. Omu critic and then second half was San and Sano. Against United, the first few minutes was poor. Second half was San and Sano. Against Bayern Munich, should you see? Against Brentford, over Sano Sano team be share 2-1. Brentford they set pieces are be share. And yet the Biana obi be share 2 and now 1 in the first half and second half will be over 10 results. So that is a major problem for Enzo Maresca to solve. And problem in now center back now one day. When you I will bet me about the rule of Levi Corel. Maybe going forward or be adapt so I adapt here and it keeps on going now. I'm for be exploiting this.
Okay.
Xabi Alonso. I got 7 out of 7. There is the good and there is the bad.
Okay.
About 7/7 no. The good news is Real Madrid with the momentum. Because 7 out of 7 is easy. Almost 14 goals are conceded 3. After momentum, no, I think there's a certain level of consistency and also the attaching the Omoye, no. It is the good thing about it. And I think there's another thing which we can talk about, which is the tactical flexibility of Xabi Alonso. Capo, was his son in Sano, sir? Was his son in Sano? Was his son in Sano? Was his son in Sano? O check the club World Cup now, boy, and I'm in to me say in the preseason now. Young checking the lineups are not the most games in India. Anyhow, I know adapted. After that, you come and look at the system and tactics information and not or the league. And if not person there, then you understand, say, Alonso one particular coach. He is doing the simple things. Hilal or call it 4-3-3. After Hilal, the next game we also could be a bear 4-2-3-1. After 4-2-3-1, no, wait, actually a 4-3-3 for against Portugal. After this game, the next one, Ubos was Sano. The next game, we could 3 back against Red Bull Salzburg. Or was saying 3 back. We're moving away from the 4-3-3 to a 3 back. After that, Juventus was about 3 back. After Juventus 3 back, no, only Paris Saint-Germain Dortmund was saying 4-3-1-2. It is in the Club World Cup, no, about 4-3-3. the same Club World Cup no about 3-5-2. In the same Club World Cup no also about 4-3-1-2. Then against Paris Saint-Germain or not against also Sanisano. Then you understand the kind of job Alonso is trying to do. And so Kobo say 4-3-1-2 now. So 3 formations in the Club World Cup: 4-3-1-2, 4-3-3, and a 3-5-2.
No the penny system na.
Because one, I believe Senna or person players in a reaction to changing tactics. I say
okay.
No person who the quality of players or no the resources or what.
Okay.
Maybe also beefy up or try various formations and who maybe be a one dinner. Any question starting league in year but you should be a the results will pay. So the first game of Real Madrid this season, Capo Ramo back. He went for the 4-3-3 flat. Kylian Mbappé as the number 9, Vinicius as the left winger, then Brahim Diaz as the right winger, Tchouaméni as the number 6, then the creator in the shape of Arda Güler, then Valverde. But in this instance, Real Madrid Bobiana, Ugo say Omo attack Arda Güler on the 10 and reflect on their game against Oviedo. Say Arda Güler will move to the number 10 position. Then Alexander Trent-Arnold will provide creativity from the wings as a wing back. Then Tchouaméni will drop as a centre back. But the second game against Oviedo gave us a different thing altogether about Alonso. After all, Robert Valverde need Tchouaméni as a double pivot because Carvajal only soon as wing back.
Yeah.
Meaning say Trent Alexander-Arnold player on the court chain. While out to say there be Carvajal age any English situation in your mind to me money soon as a wing back. It's a back with a flat 4, 2 in the midfield, 1 number 10, Kylian Mbappé, no more wing. Over the next game, subsequent, they're not quite shocking me. Alvaro Carreras, Dean Heisen. Then you understand, say, now Alonso na because maintains here. And my information where the Abacas for back 4 and so back 3.
Ocean Diaz or back 4.
Back 4, but in reality, no more back 3.
Call Carreras or Dean Heisen.
2 left backs, 2 centre backs. Ceballos, Valverde, Güler, Mastantuano. And Yamawa, Alonso. I will bet my 10 games no be able to do.
How very tactics no match after match. It will be Shiana Unzo, we will bought 3 and over 4.
That is the good about the oil. Any rotation is over my time. But the bad thing about whatever he is doing, I say this is a Real Madrid club, and a baby maybe say be no be more. Quite be fast to handle the situation.
Yeah.
First one we didn't kunim. Vinicius Junior.
Yeah. Or cover no cry.
Now you're an boy.
Yeah.
But going forward, season year long.
And same be brave.
I walk up here. Frustration here. That is the bad thing that can happen in it.
Yeah.
Number 2, I believe say there are more games over in your mobile bra. Any the way on city born and out here Vinicius you see they press so well. That means team need more intensity.
Yeah.
They need to be fluid.
Yeah.
And they need to be very quick in transitions. The moment personal intensity becomes part of Real Madrid team, no, I best stretch their muscles. It will stretch them to the limit. Let's see how he contains the injury situation. But for now, it is a good start for Xabi Alonso. I'm not saying it's Wakwakoji League, but it is a good start for Xabi Alonso.
No, I was saying
it is a good start. Oh no, because Tom I bet testing the pie from because I'm shanty.
Yeah.
So Vinicius Ama will be a carry.
Yeah. But started say Titomu.
What's shanty? Say be Mobia. And raise concerns the way was a lineup every game beyond shanty Obianka way. But when the form goes bad, that is when you will be tested. But as it stands, this is a good start, and I think say a bit breathing a lot of confidence for Alonso Nemo as a coach. And the Real Madrid team, they said they made the right choice in appointing him.
Well, thank you very much. Mike Brana Beka Krabi Mamina. We are Yamre film with Dim Commoner. Okay. Easy cry. Now he's obey producers on any John Clifford. Yeah.
Clifford then nam so produce gospel nko na Clifford be sponsor me mama e secular dey honest.
Oh so be moye. Sir. So be moye.
Magic. You better rap in this.
Also apart from Chelsea, all top European teams that played in the Club World Cup have hit the ground running. Okay, PSG, Bayern, Madrid. Okay. Apart from Chelsea, yeah.
They might have his reasons.
But also I agree with you.
Man City have not hit the ground running.
City. Okay.
Yeah, we lose 2 games. We draw back. So
did you have Farmer no crime? You're buying with me make a case for.
Yeah, Bayern have had a perfect start.
Yeah, so
Madrid have had a perfect start.
Yeah,
PSG have lost a game.
Sure,
it's insanity. But away from that, you see, it happens. It's baby, the and yakwa. Well, on the first yellow card,
Yeah.
Well,
sure.
Kwaya first yellow card ne buy cry no. And no cry you bufu say second one no. Second one the Obekas and the referee. So this is how the first yellow card came for Ekitike. There was a foul incident here GTR no ne Southampton player no.
Yeah.
I saw mo year no ye nti bufu no foul ball no or like or then or punch ko wiem. And the referee showed him that yellow card. That one was very silly. The second yellow card, very stupid. But then again, it goes to points to 110. He's naive.
Okay.
Or lack the experience to deal in such situations. Baby said, "You obey no. Sani Yehuno this season, Anna Dabi. I've not seen him misconduct himself on the pitch like he did. He didn't see it. What happened behind the scenes? Something might have urged him on. And to be being a piano man, and at the crew piano man, I would have loved to know, but unfortunately, me. Liverpool acquired some of the best attackers. Nobody be fear for more attack. But Ekitike say not all the players can be satisfied, especially the old boy. He's young. There will World Cup here. He will want to play consistently. Yan start me. Me ba me de dia na me ba. Me pese me chire bibi.
Me who say
and I dey be yama mu yin I should be the main guy. And I'm of course body. He will likely read papers, he will listen to the news, he will watch TV.
Yeah.
Not as a Liverpool force or more train say Ishak be recover. No, I have faith, no, I bet Shema. What do you think will happen? Every conversation that has gone on, you see Ishak ba why the best of her, you have body na yambo ekitike.
Yeah.
He's a human being like us. He will feel it. Now so one pass Capo of you know what you say. Wontumi for no more kofa guy be about or you good
sure
obey look here for you or ya dear sing Capo and Capo crying her bet. How would you feel?
Sure. Okay.
You want to display a certain level of share. No bad ben. Not all things they maternity. So if you lack maturity and experience, almost what bad radio so now I bet to I am piano no say anyone. Bet me crab bonyum more hand you watch it. No being by exactly the point. So all you need to say any at times we forget that we forget that footballers are humans like us. Maybe naivety a 23-year-old and we are fed Buddha. The example is at Paris Saint-Germain. Omokoto no ketwa. Oba no na Messi, Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, Mbappe na he was a second fiddle. He knows the pain of being a second fiddle. See, no matter what you can contribute. Dear Yana say, oh, GDA say, dear me, but you are not regarded and allowed to showcase what you can do. So I understand him. And naivety. And I only hope and pray, say he will not pay for it eventually. I hope said there and a slot about the red card it will end there, but in the dressing room and a slot will apply a different approach towards helping him. It happens to every player, it happens to every human being. Maybe if we were in his shoes, we would have done worse. Open in Temakwe in Jesse the Achene. Yes, what means Southampton no him. Na game where Southampton and anybody na Champions League final over there. But how he was feeling then, his emotions got the better side of him. Adebayo against my Arsenal for Manchester City. Arsenal for Man City. When he scored that goal, it was not said awkward in the Arsenal for an attempt, but the Arsenal fans had insulted his family. Omofre Adebayo said, "Oh, you're rat." I know Piscana there na name me cheap there. And we use the WHORE word.
Yeah,
he will feel it. So the moment he scored that goal, I was starting so true. Me can check it. They know the Adebayo chi na ekolo ture or tiemu freno because they know the story. They are close to him. Nti Adebayo kwa yes na ekolo ture ni mo tiano. They who hear they are so chebebo. Adebayo said he knew the consequences of what he was doing, but he didn't care. He needed to prove a point. It cost him eventually. Man City anya papa biyo. His career, it took a nosedive. So I am hoping and praying that Ekitike will not suffer further negative consequences from the actions or display and naivety and the foolish heart of a child. Abofrebia Jimmy Batanakuma Okakra. And I only hope say Anna Slot Ebetiano Quine Paso. No Metimia opinion. Like he's a fine footballer.
Yeah.
Starter winner with Liverpool. No. He is not the player we expected to start this way. Nanki Nimseke Isaac Mone Salamoa. But this guy has outshone Omunina. Liverpool attack. He's the one with the most goals now.
Yeah.
He has outshone them. He scored in every competition he's played for Liverpool this season. Meaning Champions League was a go.
Champions League.
So he scored in the Community Shield. Washe or Premier League. The first Champions League game washe. The first EFL Cup game washe. They be na mo betre no, but ni Subai. He osa omonte na se no mo fanche no. I stand to be corrected on the Champions League. Akomia be clarification media mind. So you nya abotre mfa no. Let's understand him. Jeremy Frimpong moko Frimpong no feel you. Only Ekitike ni shoes muntu enim send decision efa. If you are outside you see it differently. Ujina dominating no more tono. Now we start here. Na fafa here. And a piako here. Obetina damino na fede wu ne sa. That is how the picture is. Let's forgive him for his naivety. Channel. All the 2 yellow cards he took yesterday. Meaning na you do. I said, what? What have you done? And this here. Capo, and the video be now viral of Yoweri Museveni, Uganda president. Our national team no more ball the channel. Now I'm more a presidential hearing. Now all crazy or more on. Go be a more show more channel. No chill first or more him. But the video is Sunday Shadrach. If he asked it, obey video also. And can make person call ball. Near tie a moon sem no so. So Shadrach, as I when the bell ready, already I'm a signal, then we go. But it only paints the picture of African football and the culture around it. Most of your national teams, you as political tools. So there is no way politics ever free your national teams in India. To start with, the Black Stars of Ghana, it was a political vehicle for Nkrumah to champion his message of Pan-Africanism. So the Black Stars, Nkrumah was making sure that there were resources for that effect. The team so video go nini. This is the goal now. They share Uganda no shake it. A pass or start video now you see.
Now my goalkeeper
and the keeper and the fullback miscommunication. The keeper PA. South Africa will take advantage and they will score Uganda. Into presidency bisa. But the sign na mommy share mo go.
Why did the goalkeeper have to go and do the work of the fullback?
Mr. President, I think I was caught in the heat of the moment and thought I could defend, but Mr. President,
where did the fullback go?
I think the fullback can answer that.
Fullback, you come and tell us. What had happened to the fullback? Tell me what had happened.
We were attacking, so we were high up in the pitch, so we were quite up in the moment.
Why do you all go to attack? Because this is the whole thing of the AOR in the army. Area of responsibility. Why would you all go to attack and then you leave the goalkeeper alone? So, but nevertheless, we are now better off than we were. At least Nafet Wakubiemu. Because of that, I am quite happy. And remember, I threatened that if they do well, I will do something to them. So this time I've come here to implement. I've already implemented my threat. I promise that every time you win. Why did the goalkeeper?
Museveni name the Prince of Uganda.
Yeah, MC. Papa no. Papa we know. MC nkomo na ede.
Oh, Museveni.
Oh yes.
West. I think that is the next Mugabe. Mugabe there's a contest. African leaders have always used football to end up of only be friend sports washing.
Yeah.
So all the bone e sports and the football no omu use the paper sa din bone no. Museveni is one person they lash out, especially for Ugandans. Watina Swache and Omainin develop a lot of backlash. Now, if the cranes of Uganda are performing, the people are happy. Or the China backroom you co-hosting. It is only more matches, at the Nigeria backroom, people forget about their issues with him, and they are good to go. So, the affinity he has for the national side, then the keen interest is taking her. And your for no interest in tea. If Uganda are playing and winning, they will help him. But and yet the first time I was explaining the Nkrumah example, I think the most fierce this politics football issue a Kodru year was in 1974.
Okay.
Then Zaire, then they they were the first sub-Saharan country to qualify for the World Cup. That time, Zaire, AJ 1968 AFCON, Omoji Frigana and Sem. They then had some of the best teams, and then even at their club level, TP Englebert was challenging the likes of Asante Koroko for the Africa Club of Champions trophy. Again this year, Mobutu Sese Seko Anu Ababe Tinaso after ousting Patrice Lumumba. Yes, sir. He will use sports to popularize the regime. So there was massive investment in it. So what you say maybe Muhammad Ali and George Foreman Abeko rumble in the jungle. Africa ha. Mobutu ne massa fight the by.
Okay.
Using the influence of Don King.
Wow.
So to say the Saudi Arabia for normal the boxing ko mukuro no. I friend sports washing. It did not start now. Then African leaders, especially a military background, they were using that to try and then get to the people. Sports number many, so I love this leader. That was the approach. So Mobutu the Ra Zaire national team. They won the AFCON, I think 2 occasions. World Cup 74. Now this is what happened. The man Kagana World Cup 2014 bono. Zaire for the Kutra Sana to Hodada. They nearly boycotted the tournament because FIFA was then giving a qualification bonus. At that time the rate $500,000, $500,000. Enti Haiti ni omo normal qualify for World Cup and Zaire for ni omo hotel no money say. Oh, Haiti for na jomo de players ya teacher omo de go shopping. Enti Zaire for no so wa twani omo train. Say omo so omo sabe come omo qualification bonus. Now I just say omo so dey ahead on because omo promise fee.
Yeah.
Omo first game against Scotland, Scanamba, omo lose 2-0. Enti prior to the second game against Yugoslavia. No me say na dey na modi ye. say mu bu ye kwase a de bia you say sports minister wa for back kese okoba yentehwe sika no magye bia na and say there so ye mbabo no. Some few hours after making that declaration, so almost striking, then the president, Mobutu Sese Seko, called. Hey, when I was saying, President Nanka, yes, he said, hey, Mudia, Ochina Mbabo born, let's not be TV when I'm married. Now, Mesha says, a Moesi Park, that's why. That was the threat he issued to them. And players near say, young to mean Tia, and he was your bedima bro. And Mukodi Abra Yugoslavia show 9-0. Then in the final game against Brazil, no more say also Omobebo na memnefisa na president ne friend or Tiomo warning. First game back Mulusu 9. Meshemo. Mode Mulusu 4-0 Mumba Betome. Then the coach and the goalkeeper went to fix that game because Brazil needed 3 goals and a win to help them to qualify. And they lost 3-0 to Brazil. And no more free more buy. The moment they touch down, airport. Okay. Now the army track at this war. Players need now moon free play ni monko for army track no. You're walking straight to presidency. When it was a presidential hearing, but when they were summoned to come and meet the president. Omukwa no mubisa no. Mona muguye numa ase no. Mumetre mu nsemwe. Papa ne broso. So the captain just had to apologize. Oh, yes, but there was a punishment. Punishment, they say. Players are no more 1974 Zaire squad. No, Mobutu banned them from traveling outside Zaire. Omen to kwanya free Ekromo. Exactly. Mobutu. And presidential influence and the political influence were African game. No, a war. A lot of stories to tell, and without it, your game didn't thrive. Sure. But for Mobutu's interventions, namely investment, Zaire would not have gone to the World Cup or won the AFCON. But for Museveni, pushing money into Crane's national team and even allowing them to be co-host for the CHAN, they wouldn't have gotten to this level. But for Nkrumah, there would not have been the Black Stars. So sports and politics in Africa, it has always been two cousins are Yentimin the Sentangelomo, and that is the interesting storyline around this. Wow. Now come here, a question maybe sir.
No, I think the fair once Uganda for the fair Musa okay we AFCON qualification no.
Ghana.
Nanka be a president as at that time. Nanka or the Nako be a barracks or meeting because no invited the whole.
Was there any military by any other presidential commission of inquiry?
Nanka you do 2 with Jinao.
Nanka you bisan.
Yes, bisan. Otu e dey.
About them ya want.
Niger, Umani Niger, ni Sudan.
Nanka you nanka
you no biano. Yeah, so we can crazy. Ana yefa no ko Uganda ho na nkunku chitim ni kakra.
Uganda for friend na ma. We say very the way ya otu no. Ese Museveni upe coach abebro we say coach no gra no oba no anye ni ya obetimi asemon wo ameda asem afie na afie ni nkomo na ye nhwe se de nyoma si konfie nsem ne kakra ye de ba no Kamili game no beba so nyame adoma 28th Sunday ewo Algeria eho ana Gold Stars omu ekobo omu second leg no na coach Frimpong Manso o maja no kwan na si okosi adu se Jose Mourinho cry sake no Jose Kra Disak na enye Frimpong Manso enti eno do diaba na as good Gold Stars for no oba ba chim yentie PR friend say PK what the dientia omo reasons ema omo de sake Frimpong Manso de ababonten I ready ayenkwa na afi enti coach ensem kakra ono de atudwa say ana say PR ensem kakra de atudwa fa coach ayasake no PK Edekaka Etuja.
It has to do with management from their point of view, you know. When they said their future business plan, no, doesn't match with that of the coach. For that reason, no, as I said, between the fact with meaning, this was the reason management SCC Adema, I and for Chelsea. As it stands now, there, Gold Stars and the coach performance are part with.
Nsem kakra ne PR the atudwa ho na mama coach Frimpong Manso target bi se on reach target bi na one reach no ka ho bi anase sei anase then the course pa game against JS Kabili ya oko lusu Kabili game ya na azede target bi osa yenti anu so on target say man target bi anase onum man target.
Yes, actually, Lega, the target necessary. You have to do your best and make sure that at the end of the day you can be a winner of it. And with that of the African, and so on. Now I heard him say at first time, you know, we will do well and progress to the next stage of the competition. But with regards to what happened last Saturday, you know, I don't think that was the reason. Yeah, coach and Martin in a party with for all management know they say team collaborative effort, something that will be a account and the future going forward, no, they will need another person or also be fit into the business plan of the team. Yes, Lega.
Well, any sem kakra PKD atudwana ya te Maxwell Konadu say dim so na rumor ya say Maxwell Konadu ana eba fatim no na Jawakuchi eno nso te say ana JS Kabili game no kra coach Ben na boy no nso amana new coach ana yenti eno nso kakra say PK eka edefa new coach any rumors efa go stars on
these are rumors that are part of the game because Sabio Abushina Mukrano Akonyata Amanfo Ebasa Mope Niahe yourself at the Akonyana Ashanita. So with regards to the future business plan and management don't want to be in a haste to be picking a coach probably will come back sooner. Say you find a finance and me and into their shoes. At the management I say Coach Nanaya Mankwa, who is the current assistant coach, should take over as interim. Now, Yankobo, the second leg, and Famra, so that they will have an ample time to go through to see if coach then fitted into that future business plan. Now, I might be the Jumano Achanita. If he coach Master
Eddie Tudane say Augustus and common no say na man kwa behwe chi rumor ne say Max Okonadu ni de o say de titini bia nti enya abotre wonum be fa coach na has meba na mum kotokonso guso recovery section e koso mo hwe say be recover quick na omako Kwara ewo Nigeria no omako bonti coach Abdulkarim Zitoni ni team no so guso a wo map no mo ya ahwe say ne ombitimi enya pomuden sonko kra na omudi abossa game no na enuaman so ayekama nti recovery session na ekoso no we kotoko etim no eno no na ye bana February fabishim na Rapaholic concert no ewo Baba Iraq Sports Stadium no the meeting is a stadium no say ye be bo yinu so pitch no so anasa hina sakodi ye be ni show no NSC director ya pofan kachire mu se o ma kachire sack ze pitch ne de we no wanzi so na osiso a penalty ebeba oni asempa ana twetwe sankom no yebeti de ono nso eri tudwa na se de na manfo hwe se yam pitch de bi e kan wasem se enye papa bia afrikra ne ye ama na saba na afi ebebo show wo so abetieti aso ana sen ana sitie shaka I ready ebetie yera ya mpofan kra kakra ono nso eri tudwa ni nyina no.
And finally agreed for him to perform in Babayara and not Accra, because the World Cup qualifiers, other national teams, the Ghana Premier League, and that is what has been agreed, and we are satisfied. Say all the right measures have been made in order for the pitch not to be damaged. Pitch not. As at now, it is not ready for competitive football, but it is in a process. Work is ongoing. It is our process. Work is ongoing to ensure, say, yes, start here. The pitch will not be torn into shreds after just 1 or 2 matches. Anybody performing on our pitches cannot do so until we have pitch covers, and also we are in the process, sorry to use this word, of acquiring pitch covers for at least one venue, not later. So, in your corporate supporter, at least another venue. So, the processes are ongoing, but Sarkodie is due to perform. And we would ensure, say, he does not damage or use the pitch. But there is a clause.
Kakra on asampa edin komana ese onsem no ti mo amona mo bisa no pitch ne de ensi so say omunye so adwuma because pitch no nanu ya no mo ye ti pitch covers no so mini say ebi aba bedu nti ahonsem no akomi abre na say performance so nkomo ho ene Ghana league ni munse se koto console ko conversation
yes koto ko so mi no mani e dey no mi em na omukoshe na omukoshe ba ye bi no mo adaje pa
ene die ye mfani agrokra ezo omukoshe ba
ye bi no mo adaje pa because I saw some videos right after the game and supporters ni bi huru players no ebo mu hu so masa e de na makwara e be nya 3 goals wa ase. Is it, we are overreacting over certain things that maybe 2 years is not healthy for the club. Capo actually believes Koroko supporters in expectations prior to this game no was reaching BBR.
Yeah.
Me sure sanka with that in the bahana with that be share 3 mark Koroko team e share 4 na ko bi anka won renew the gigiri be ko group player bia. Maybe anka bi ani that so dey no so mo call meet ma ko yede.
Akoshe.
But football is evolving. You see, this is my problem with certain things and how we react to results BAPM, especially when it comes to the CAF Confederations Cup. Some people took one question the opponent away. 1-0. Remember?
Yeah.
Dreams of the Confederations Cup, no took one go show Bima.
No Kosheba.
Even the Koroko themselves, Kasana Sika Kono.
Omoko Yebi.
Na Nigerian club bay. Omoko Nigeria ko show bi by. Canopy
place, yeah. Ana.
Omulusu say 2-1 ana. 2-1. Ana be renew fee. 1-0. You look at the kind of results are course in the CAF Champions League and the CAF Confederations Cup in recent times. Capo mini wudin komoyi. Bekani Obio. Nigeria ska bi oba hanu nim so wa be share. Maybe any go stars are. So just as on have more confidence, that's the same way you can also do that. Yeah. Ghana pay World Cup qualify ko some ko board draw. Anamebwa. We see Sabio last stadium Abuja who bomber say tam.
The depa the still. We need
they qualify. Yeah. So it's a matter of being supportive of your club and hoping say omokwa ombeti day. Akwakunya results there ba na o say big Joe mo promo bi say opeso kwa 2,000 cedis
Nigeria no
the supporters group no
okay
Big Joe Alex Menumo Chema Solomo opeso kwa 2,000 no member
okwa no ba na
member waduane nyina
accommodation na oba and is it 2,000
okwa no ba mo the bus nice bus eko mo kwa Abiokota. So this is where the team needs you, this is how the team needs you. Enti Kobi na monko support team na momra moko ba de wa chiri bia no ebi na mene Gold Stars what problem with the timing of omoni Frimpong Manso party ways no. You see say PK ka say omo a business institution omo share omo business plan in the future and it does not align with coach Frimpong Manso a mindi omo chinye. Every corporate institution bia no hunu say bia me dache any nipa so mesi ebo ebra enye ya amuni ni quality team coaches bi o wiase bi eno man na fa na adwuma ayempa mo no. You see Matede coach of Heart of Lions so to free achire de ba coach Bashiru Hayford ono so nanim nkomo ono so adi wa achire ono so to board de ba park na so by Gold Stars na your team then they believe so team no want to as well. Yeah, I believe in that. Capo, there is nothing wrong with that. But babia mimi jina na said the timing
second leg.
The CEO of Gold Stars, no Sporty FM, and I'm a partner in area. No, sir. I could do Komaka say, and the Honor Wakasi do see Morino cry.
Morino issue.
Okay, before. Okay, but the picture they use for it, and I'm say be a Sporty now, could this uncommon. What I say? Obviously, just say this is Mourinho crap, but he has admitted said the timing of Nipa Sack no. Capo. You see, Gold Stars normally very angry. Saying Kafrimpo Manso Momo lose league at some point in time.
I say in Waji.
Tieme. The other free omo is hard and say the decisions be on my bit my head club no. Say obi ti say Frank Amangwa. Apia Makati. Some of these old guys now, you be the last 10 matches on Boboma baby and Gold Stars. Yeah. A dream fini baby no more struggle kakra na sa boys mama bi. So the management ask questions which to me Capo so my adwuma na me hu se nyoma bi nko ya metima afro bi sa questions but me insist say
you see
but why offer futu no the ball ho bere bawo
but nko ye de metima afro can you maybe a woman?
What I say? So the management asks questions. Say, Frank Amanko experience. We will experience. League near party. Would you A B C D born near the beboa? I shall see an egg kakra. But later on, I'm going to add 2 more boy. I'm going to league now. Omani. What am I say?
Yeah.
In that aspect, you know, mechanism be a management did the right thing by pushing the coach to fill in some because more achieve your target.
Yeah.
But baby your management so for 10 years. So when you say coach na so the only thing come be never. You real season na your man to so.
And go akọ coach from na ba. Ba man abo Africa was start Bobby as.
What you say? You real season na only coach na papa mu. E be am sure the way I will do the city na why are there bo abaso. What the me chana say no. When you are but you will say that you need a business plan here because the reason why I'm there that means most some company be start financial year be na most are when you now
it's a dancing I'm trying a man ko lose Kabili game na
as you go do Kabili game ya boy ya bo first leg area
Kabili na
ko ni Kabili ni sha Kabili
that's any business
planning kwana.
And I'm assuming that's what I want to know. So the one media the movies as almost trends on Benya.
The reason they are giving us me say and yoma and need to say no.
But we say almost to me go deep.
Meaning say I did much and the aba.
Every baby.
But one thing I believe in when it comes to coaching and clubs in your country we move and you media the timing of when we take decisions about even players cry you more the timing Capo even players cry you more the timing it is their club it is their decision Capo then before so this will be resigning the decision but I think going forward there are certain things they will do right not sure how a new coach bar a close chapter.
Of course.
From today it is a close chapter. Yeah. It is over.
Mike Bray na Faka Cabra.
I think this whole Frempoma conversation. No?
Yeah.
The context is important.
Yeah.
You bet me I should you made the and there. BB a basic bever margin then I think for the long term maybe I will more.
Yeah.
What I see in this year basically disagreement in stance. Maybe a club in Ijina and maybe a coach in the Super Soccer. Whatever the coach will love to do, maybe the club will not give him that freedom to work.
Yeah.
Or more person coach in Ben and your matter said you're no coach in a pet. But he also needs to listen, and that is mostly the basis for much of the and I say most of the misunderstanding when you're footballing. You see a coach in the quite amateur players amano. You see coach in the super sort in the players but always finding that perfect balance in Yenya Ghana football now.
Yeah.
Just a coach in Betias he said this is how the club works and I will not influence it differently. Two core structures be to say Accra Lions, even Dreams FC. It is difficult to go there and impose how you want things to be done. No, there is an existing culture. How things are done. You have to fall in line. In the case of Frempoma, so be any Gold Stars. Ghost Stars will have their own mindset on how they want the season to go. Coach Subenyane Dienko, they will have to marry the two, not compromises about. And Pempi, you know, unless the coach is bigger than the club, and send a club now compromises.
Okay.
So maybe in the case of Nswatreman, Maswa Kunodu was bigger than Nswatreman FC. So Maswa will have to steer affairs or maybe tap into the expertise, the experience, and everything Maswa Kunodu is about. In the eyes of Maswa Nature Kwai. In the case of Ghost Stars and Frimpong Manso, Obia and China Yonko. And then how the club is run. I don't think the board of Ghost Stars want to listen to Frimpong Manso more than Omomo.
Okay.
So if the coach feels board nation share, it will trickle down to the management and how they want things to be done. And then at the end far, he cannot impose how he wants things to be done on them. Okay. In the same way, knowing from Paul Manso for the money, yes, he's a well-principled person. So Miss Mediana should be done. Eba said the disagreement, Beba, where it happens in the game. Indeed, the two parties would have to come to a settlement, and the settlement is what's it mean to me no one to us, so what's it mean to me no one year and name. They move their separate ways. It has happened in the game. I want to believe say and no and a year kwesi doing some no kind, but the court did not come out well.
Yeah.
Oh, I say football clubs are there. Almost Saki coaches. Now so was a Morino Crano and China Saki no. You get the point now. And to say a Saki from Paul Mansua and you. But how the court will come out is very crucial. Exactly. But if you are the donation and then the contest is different. Oh, football clubs, they see Saki players, yes, Saki coaches, they be anti. I hope you get it. So it might not come out to mean that he is disregarding and disrespecting Frimpong Manso and everything is done for the club, but it's only stating the reality. And time may be a debate out, you know. There is a bit of sensitivity attached to it, but I think they need to focus. If Ghost Stars thinks that the best decision to take is to move on and find a new technical direction for this team, they go ahead. They assembled a young team, and normally the players will be able. So maybe they know what they are doing, and really wish them well. Say Bekoye Diamamo for Frimpong Manso is leaving with his reputation still intact. Waji League, he's played in Africa. And you know, Africa, the first match will lose it. Tell me, in recent times, one Ghanaian coach who distinguished himself very well, the name would just be Karim Zito Asa.
Yeah.
But Karim Zito has not been the only coach or the Ghana club back Africa. So let's understand these dynamics and how it works. It is the dynamics of the game. We can only hope and wish that Bekoye Diamago Stars. I would have preferred me take a decision. If I was a decision maker, what I would have done was you caught the second leg in the bar, then we part company.
Yes, that
is yes. But we also don't know the nitty-gritties of this whole conversation. You mean they had to take a drastic decision on that Monday. We don't know the debrief meeting a course in the aftermath of JSK and then come a course. Those who were convinced and those who weren't convinced. Those who got angry and those who did not get angry and keep their calm. We don't know what transpired. They may come and abisiano. So we really suggest based on how we understand the situation. But maybe if we had a deeper understanding, a bit me as a stance back and say now inform you on what we have to do. It has happened. And it won't be the first time a coach loses his job. Again, the Yama from Paul Manso when he say he was doing two projects at the same time. And at 17 and a Ghost Stars. And at 17 who are called around the selection. But because of Ghost Stars, he could not continue because the commitment to Ghost Stars needed to come. After the AG League, Now we have to fight on all fronts. Yabebo the league, Yabebo FA Cup, and then we also compete in Africa. At the same time, on Mobile Africa, no, the national under-17 team, Ebo the Wafu Zone. He wouldn't have been available. And Kasaka never banned Temua. Maybe he could have continued to do it.
Under 17. Is it under 17?
Prosper. Again, the timing. Time Prosper Dinya Juma Weno. It wasn't right. Now you have to go and play. Team, no any team. As I told you, he's not even had 5 months working with them. Any team. And it's difficult to get them to play how he wants them to play, especially when he did not play a major role in the selection process.
The players,
Nti mahus amanfo ka Prosper na se ka so onya de ana wasa ye de ye fan sa na ebeka. But again, the reality is coach bia pe ne nsa no adwuma. So Prosper is imposing a style of play on a team he did not select.
Manson, coordinator.
And I saw mobile that, and they've named Ray. So and losing to Ivory Coast, losing to Ivory Coast, what it means is that the Ivorians have had consistency and stability. We've changed the face of what we were doing. Let's all try to support and salvage our campaign. We played a draw in your first game and you lose the second game. If we win the third game, hopefully it qualifies us to the next stage. Then we seek qualification to the AFCON proper. And under 17, this time around, FIFA Shisha are every year.
Okay.
We are born here, so let's not start to castigate Lambert. Maybe I'm condemning even before I start. There are still bright prospects in here. The captain Joseph Nabi, I am happy to have watched him for Sakafia.
Okay. Milo games. No.
Yes, and we should be excited about some of these things. Maybe say no can't be and fan say no. Achia Ebuye, how do we make progress? Let's offer some suggestions. They will pick it up and then they'll go for it. I understand the pain of every Ghanaian, the anguish. First, and then you're dominating under 17. Yeah. But Nyoma first, and no women's football, we were second best on the continent. Your level of investment that is saying Morocco mabe sign exactly. So under 17, since because the days of under 17 in T, we need to do things right, and a lot of times we do not do things right. And then the let's understand, me and working on it progressively, and let's make the progress I should share from Capo. Anyone know?
Oh, I say, facing Yenis Agaba, say Oba, and so they're doing Biaba. Na say the VCBC key. I had some vital about me send capsules ever to us. Michael, and name is I better ask a pass, and more real, Amaye.